pun out of pretty much almost anything. So, D. Wood, you're a crazy Laker fan. We talked about it all morning. Would you rather see the Lakers play the Cavs or the Celtics in the finals?
Give me the Celtics. The fact that they won the championship last year and broke the tie. Now they're at 18 and we're at 17. I need that. I need that in my life. I need that. So give me the Celtics.
Bring them on. Next. Now, here, this one is going to make you sweat a little. Close game, late game. Would you rather have Luka or LeBron taking the final shot?
Luka. Luka is so clutch. I don't know, like in his young career, so many times Luka has made those game-winning shots. I tend to go back to, like, every time you play the Clippers, he always does something crazy. Like, give me Luka for the last shot.
Okay, I like that one. And then finally, and this one might be a little bit off the usual topic, but I kind of like it. If I gave you the option right now, would you rather scroll through Wendy's phone or Shefty's phone? If I could just give you 10 minutes to just read up on everything that's going on these men's phones. Shefty's got two of them sitting here. Shefty has two phones.
Hold on. Let's reclassify the question. You rather scroll through Shefty's phone 1, Shefty's phone 2, or Wendy's phone?
Yeah, exactly right. Door number 1, door number 2, or door number 3?
I'm going to go with my man Wendy because I'm a huge NBA guy, and so I'm just itching to know what people are saying behind the scenes in the NBA.
You know what they're doing? Let me tell you what. Let me give you a glimpse into that. They're complaining about the Lakers.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
That is exactly right. Did you look at my phone? I'm going to put that away. I shouldn't keep it right next to you.
I would love to have seen that the morning after that Luka trade.
Oh my God, man. The constant conversation about the Lakers, really out of kind of jealousy and admiration. My favorite one was when Rob Pelinka had that press conference with Luka, and he wore that
the Danny Zuko outfit.
That was definitely a topic of conversation within the league. That leather jacket, and one guy said to me, he's doing so good after this trade, he could wear a Speedo.
They look like the Fonz, one way or another. Okay, so we're going to talk about LeBron. I want to do a little special abbreviated version of everybody's favorite segment. Harry, we know it, we love it. It is called D's Notes. And in this case, we only have one note for you, and because this was sent to me yesterday, and I think it's the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. Shefty, I want you to focus on this for a minute. We're talking about what LeBron James would need to do to be the greatest athlete after 40 that we've seen in any of the team sports. But what you're looking at is what Tom Brady did in his 40s. He had 6 4,000-yard seasons. He won 2 Super Bowls, an MVP and a Super Bowl MVP. Patrick Mahomes and Peyton Manning are the only other quarterbacks ever to accomplish all of those in their entire careers.
Right.
Tom Brady had one of the 3 greatest careers in NFL history, starting at the age of 40. When I saw that yesterday, I thought that might be the most ridiculous statistic that I've ever seen.
If you looked at Jerry Rice's career from 35 on, it would be something very similar to where certain guys are in certain categories, the GOATs of the GOATs. And the numbers they put up at that point in time are unachievable for almost everybody else, and they are at a level that nobody's ever been at. Brady in his 40s, Jerry Rice in his 30s. It was post-knee injury after he tore his ACL. That's what it was. In my mind, I'm just thinking of this. Like, I looked at his numbers after he tore his ACL in the 30s, and those numbers alone would have been better than almost any Hall of Fame receiver and placed him in the Hall of Fame. That's what separates these guys from all-time greats into GOATs, because the numbers and things that they've done have never been done before.
Rice had a 1,000-yard season at the age of 40, and the Raiders went to the Super Bowl that year. He was the only
Jerry Rice, after 30, after turning 30, 1,000 receptions, 13,546 receiving yards, 102 receiving yards. Randy Moss in his career had 982 catches. That's Jerry Rice after turning 30.
After turning 30. So those are the numbers. So Brady, we see the numbers there. Literally, Brady had one of the 3 greatest quarterbacking careers ever, starting on his 40th birthday. My question to you, Wendy, as someone who has been around LeBron since he was right around his 15th or 16th birthday, he just turned 40 2 months ago. Should we be expecting this? Should we be expecting 2, 3, 4 more years of him playing A-level NBA basketball?
I'm not seeing deterioration. So we remember 2 years ago, he had that walk-off. The Lakers were missing the playoffs. He goes, we'll see about next year. And so we were like, wow, is that the sounding of the alarm? And he's even said, I'm on the back 9. I know there's not that much time left. Last summer, he won MVP of the Olympics. This is the greatest tournament, international basketball tournament in history. He won the MVP. He's having 2 back-to-back great shooting seasons. He's arguably having one of the best shooting seasons of his career this year. And most importantly, Luka is there now. He's been invigorated. Like, we all thought this season would be about his son. And it did. It did really start getting him, active early in the season. But this Luka arrival is opening up an opportunity for a last act that we didn't necessarily see coming.
By the way, that's a little bit like Tom Brady going to Tampa.
Yep.
So LeBron gets Luka, and you see him invigorated. Tom goes to Tampa, warm sunshine, gets invigorated. And I think we're living in a day and age where their access to nutrition, training, pliability is such that didn't exist 20 years ago. It gives them a chance. Now, the greats of the greats are so motivated, so driven, so ambitious that it drives them to reach levels the likes of which Tom Brady achieved, the likes of which LeBron has achieved. And you're going to see the best of the best, I think, continue to play like that. And they've inspired the other great athletes to try to follow in their paths. When Matthew Stafford was talking about going to the Raiders, one of the things that appealed to him was being around Tom Brady and getting to work with Tom Brady's trainer, Alex Guerrero, in Las Vegas to see if he could extend his career.
He's 37 right now. We know Aaron Rodgers is 41. Are we living in a world where we should be anticipating extending the sell-by date, if you will, of the great athletes? I'm old enough to remember when a guy hit 30, we started thinking, oh, well, it's starting to get close to the end. Is 40 the new 30 in sports now?
Yes, to a certain extent, because what Tom Brady was able to do is play upper echelon football and win at the highest level.
Right.
Now, he won 2 championships in his 40s.
Yes.
He also won another one at 39. LeBron James was 39 before he turned 40 in December. So Tom Brady, technically, if you're going by numbers in that way, won 3 of them.
Yeah.
From 39 on.
Yes. So he's there. I mean, D. Wood, is there a guy that's going to do that? Is Matt Stafford the guy who's going to do that? Are we going to see guys doing that? Is Steph Curry going to do this? Kevin Durant? Are these guys going to be playing when they're 42 years old?
I think Steph Curry is a very interesting guy. I mean, listen, because there isn't physicality to Steph's game. Steph's game is about shooting. Okay, now you got like Jimmy Butler. They complement each other so well, and just the way their offense and the way their playing style, what's the right word? I don't know. Like they complement one another.
Yeah.
Like Steph Curry, to me, Steph Curry could play till he's 45. Easy.
He runs a marathon every game, though, right?
So what I would say about Steph is his conditioning has never been better. His conditioning at age 36 is as good as it's ever been, and that makes you see a.
But why is that?
He's an incredible worker. He's arguably the most conditioned player in the NBA, and he's 36.
And don't they put a lot of time, money, effort, resources into their body, right?
I mean, if you look, the other night,
it's like an engine. They're taking care of.
I'm telling you, if you have a Warriors game and you don't come early to watch Steph's warm up, you're missing out. You watch what Steph does before the game. You watch what he does with his footwork. I know everybody's going to watch the shots, but watch what he does with his footwork. Look, and here's the thing about LeBron. It's a combination of 2 things. It's not just the fact that he's invigorated with Luka. It's that Luka's arrival eases the burden.
Yes.
It requires less of him day in and day out, not just on the court, but also like dealing with the media, dealing with the pressure. The combination of those 2 things is what opens up the situation.
Luka is the